Today we're at the event Operation Suitcase. It's a remembrance day of the liberation of Essen, Belgium. And the location for today is a monastery you see in the background with a lot of history, World War II history. And now you see the church. That is our place for our display of our Veld Lazaret. But I'll show you everything after this intro. I hope you enjoy the video. We start our tour at the first site with the Allied displays and vehicles. With, of course, a large number of Jeeps and a Dodge truck. And this nice display of the 82nd Airborne Division, specializing in parachute assault operations into hostile areas. And here the display of Fidelio, equipped with all kinds of booby traps and tampering items, mainly used by the SOE, a British organization formed in 1940 to conduct espionage, sabotage and reconnaissance in German-occupied Europe and to aid local resistance movements during World War II. Now we enter the second terrain. And here on the right we see the US World War II field kitchen of the 414th Infantry Regiment Mountaineers. With their motto, "If you wish peace, prepare for war." This team provided food for the Allied reenactors on site during the whole weekend. A beautiful display with the two GMC trucks with the awning between them. And here we see the display and the World War II Bedford truck from 1941 of the Princess Irene Brigade, a Dutch military unit during World War II. And next, a UK display with a nice Austin Tilly, a utility vehicle produced during the Second World War based on existing car designs for use by the British Armed Forces during the war. I must admit that I really like those cars. Here we see two US soldiers at work clearing the site with a mine detector. This is a US Halftrack with a multiple gun motor Carriage M16, a mechanized anti-aircraft gun equipped with an electrically powered gun turret. The armament consists of 4 Browning M2 with .50 caliber machine guns against air and land targets. This is the display of the 96th US Army Evacuation Hospital. Oh, looks like Reinhard doesn't like the mannequin. On On the trailer hangs a sign, "Do you know how to kiss a girl?" And again, it's always nice to see a small Red Cross display. It's just perfect to give first aid to the wounded. And of course, this Dodge WC54 ambulance simply belongs to this beautiful display. And this large colossus is an Autocar U7144-T tractor, a 4 to 5 ton truck 4x4 with trailer, which could actually be used for everything in terms of transport during the Second World War. Always nice to see these three Harley Davidson WLA motorcycles next to each other. And this beautiful display is from the group World War II Engineer Motorized Shop with their two GMC CCKW trucks and trailer. Now we're on our way to the next terrain, located behind the monastery, to have a look at the German displays and vehicles. Here on the right, we'll start with the German field kitchen of Die GespensterBrigade. They provided food for the German reenactors throughout the weekend. It was really great to be served food in a historically correct way, and the food was very tasty. My compliments to the chef Jens Schönig and his team, of course. An overview of their vehicles. On the right, a German Halftrack, an Opel Blitz 3.5 ton truck, and a camouflaged 8.8 cm flak. It's a German 88mm anti-aircraft and anti-tank artillery gun, developed in the 1930s. It was widely used by Germany throughout World War II and is one of the most recognized German weapons of the conflict. The gun was universally known as the 8.8 by the German and the 8.8 by the Allies. Due to its lethality, especially as a tank killer, the 8.8 was greatly feared by Allied soldiers. Now we'll have a closer look at the Opel Blitz 3.5 ton truck, the German Halftrack, and the rest of their displays. Notice the nice view of the rear of the monastery before we go to the display and 20mm flak, Flugzeugabwehrkanone of die Flakhelferinnen. This 20mm flak is an anti-aircraft gun used by various German forces throughout World War II. It was not only the primary German light anti-aircraft gun, but by far the most numerously produced German artillery piece throughout the war. Now we're on our way to the display of the Russian reenactors of East to West 4045 inside the building. At the end of the terrain, we're visiting the foxhole of reenactment group, the Red Devils 4044 and 30th Assault Unit, a group of friends who portray a British commando unit. And the rest of this area is littered with Canadian and British stands. As you can see in the distance, yes, this is a 90mm gun one-motor Carriage M36 American tank destroyer. The US Army noticed that the M10 Wolverine tank destroyer was not capable of taking out the newer German tanks like the Panzerkampfwagen 5, Panther and Tiger tanks at the higher distances. The vehicle is also known by the nickname General Jackson or just Jackson. The Ordnance QF 25-pounder with a caliber of 3.45 inches was a piece of field artillery used by the British and Commonwealth forces in the Second World War. Now we are on our way to the Monastery Church. The three German sidecars already reveal that we are going to see the displays of the reenactment groups of the Volksgrenadierdivision 352 and their Red Cross department, die Sanitätsabteilung 352. Inside the church, on the left, we start with the troop display of the Volksgrenadierdivision 352. And further in the church, the Feldlazaret, German Field Hospital, of the Sanitätsabteilung 352. With here the hospital beds and all the medical equipment for treating the sick and injured. And here on the right, the operating room to treat and operate on the seriously injured. But the church is also shared with a third group, namely the Airborne Medical Reenactment Group, with their beautiful collection and display of US medical equipment and items. Fortunately, we were able to view their hospital and impressive collection during our visit to Camp Victory. By the way, you'll find this video in my playlist. It was a really special experience to be able to use the church for our displays. And here in a room next to the church, the Irvin Squadron has set up their beautiful display. They are a reenactment group who, as you can see, portray the RAF, the Royal Air Force, in World War II. Now we enter the sacristy of the church, where Reenactment Group 277 Volksgrenadier Division founded a really nice display of a Komandantur, a military command structure of the German army in the foreign territories it occupied.
Dat is ook van de politie. Nee, dat is een passierschein. Dan moet je met een fahrzeug
And as you can see, we're back in this church. During the last months of the war, Essen was often bombed and the inhabitants sought shelter, including in the cellars of the monastery, of which here is a living display.
Het onze lewee gezien, die is betaald van aan toe.
En heb je nog niets? Heb je nog brieven?
Nee.
Geen brieven?
Geen brieven.
En geen nieuws van het front, want we weten niks. We missen het allemaal zo. Onze mama.
Je ziet, de Duitsers worden verrast en vallen de
Jij wil blijven liggen?
Nee, dat mag. Ik wil blijven aan.
Wow, wat is die verletst?
Kies maar.
Ik heb nu het poep zetten. Ja. Alles oké? Ja, die zit er lullig uit. Verlet? Ja. Stand bein.
Hier. Wat gaan we doen? Gewoon op uw poep zetten. Oké. Blijven drukken. Ja. Is dood.
I would like to thank the organization for this wonderful event. We really had a great time at this beautiful location.
Kennst du stehen? Kennst du stehen?
Ja.
Ja? Ik help dir. Wacht.
Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you won't miss any of my following videos.
Oké.
Bis nächste Mal. Tschüss. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe and hit the bell button.